So now we are trying to use a Snowflake from the web user interface, and also we are trying to access our Snowflake database through the command line. So yesterday we tried to download command line interface through, just we have to go through the downloads. Here you can see Snowflake repository. So here in the respective operating system, whatever we are using, we are just accessing. If you are using Windows, just we have to click it and it will show the latest version. We can download from here. Once we start installing everything, so you can see the command line, it's installed on your machine, and then we can start configuring. Then we'll start using SnowSQL from the command line. Just you can type the SnowSQL with the help of username, account name, and password. Whatever you have created through the trial version, that account you try to communicate through the command line. That is what we tried, and hope it's working for everyone. So yeah, now what we are trying to do. So every time it's not good to give the username and password. So it's better what we have to do. We have to configure it one time, so that directly whenever you use, we have different connections. Let's say you are working on different projects. So we have one environment assigned for development, and one connection details is assigned for stage, and another is assigned for production. So we have three or four different environments, each and environment having its own connection details. So every time it's not good to have provide the details uh, here. So for that reason, we have to set up all the connection details in one of the configuration files. So there, if you call the connection name, automatically it will pick and connect to that particular environment. It will process your whatever activities you are doing. So that is a work generally we are doing, implementing in your real-time projects or real-time applications. How we can configure all these connection details, how we can set up different connection details, all those things we have to configure through the config file. So let's understand how we can do that. Okay, now, so everybody installed SnowSQL on their machines. So if you where it's got by default, whenever you are installing it, it's went to some path. So you can also try to you access this path. So it's went to the C drive, and also you can see there is a users, and also we have the as per the you have different users. So whether whatever user you are using, this is the user I'm using to install. And here you can see there is a one folder name called .snowsql. So you just click on this .snowsql, and then you can see there is some set of files available here. So here we need to click on to config. So you can see there is a file name is config. Just you have to open this file. You can open this file with the help of Notepad or Notepad++ or any other editors you have. Just you can right click on it, and you just simply edit this file. So edit with Notepad++. Okay, so this is the place where you can have all the information you can keep for your command line interface. Instead of calling all your uh, connection details, all the parameters to the program, to the Snowflake, so you can keep all that information in the config file. So hope you are able to open your config file. We can see there is a different information available here. This is the connection details. So here these are all the connection details. It is available here, and also we can set up multiple connections. Let's say this is a connection one, and this is a connection two, like that. This is a development stage, production, like that. We can add a number of connections here. So let's say you want to connect to the multiple databases. So we have different databases using for different purpose. At that time, just you can use that set of database name and schema name inside that connection name. Whenever you call that connection, it's automatically, it will go and connect to the particular database, and we can access it directly from the command line. So that is what we can do. So how we can configure and how we can do. So we have details here, like so let's say if you want to connect to the uh, so by default we can pass all the details. Let's see here. uh, Here you can see account name. So this is the account name. You can pause it for your account. So just simply add your account name here in the config file. And also it is asking region. So that region also you can get it from the Snowflake URL. You can pick that URL. And also respective username. So this is my username I am using. And what is the password? This is the password I am using, Snowflake @123. So you pass it your respective passwords, usernames, and database name and schema name, whatever warehouse name. So these details you can pass for your connection. And at the same time, so if you want to set up connection details with the name, with the help of, you want to give one name for that connection, like dev connection, stage connection, pre-prod connection, prod connection, like that, you want to specify all these details. Yeah, we can encrypt your password here. So you can encrypt. So passwords basically, so from the token you can generate. So that passwords we can pass instead of passing direct passwords. So we can do that. Okay, but this config files, it's available in your respective servers. So should be accessible to the only a few people who are authorizing to that particular project. So in the same way here, you can pass your connection details, connections under. This is a test. I am giving one of the test connection. So here I can use the whatever the account name and password. These are all default username and passwords I am giving. For the respective connection details, you can pass it like that. So here I am giving connections dot stage. This is another connection. You want to use it for stage environment. So with the respective username, as of now we have only one account name. Whenever you are working for different projects, at that time you can see different URLs for each and every environment. So that is the, just for example purpose, I am using same connection across different connections. So you can also try to add these config settings in your configuration file, and you try to configure it. So are you able to access config file? Can you please add quickly all the settings in your config file? Now, once you add all your config details and all these things, so now you go back to your command prompt. Go back to your command prompt, and now you already set up one connection here. See, there is a connection name. In the connections you are giving as a test as a connection. So this test contains your account name, username, and password. You don't need to give these details. Just if you want to test your connection, SnowSQL -c, and what is the connection name is the test. Okay, that's it. Let's see how it is going to happen. If you see this test connection, whatever settings I am passing as a account name, username, and password. So just it's try to log in into the account name, a username and password, but it's not selected any database. It is showing as a no database, no schema. So even you want to set up your connections with the help with the database name and schema name. At that time, you are passing your default settings as a you can pass database name and schema name also here in the connection settings. It will automatically take. So if you want to use database name something like that, it is going we have to select, right. So even you don't want to take this step, so again what we can do is just come back. So control D is the command which you can come out from the SnowSQL. So here you are connecting to the one connection, but in the default also if you want to set up your connection, this is the default settings. Whatever settings you are providing here, these are all the default settings. These are not related to any connection. For the default setting, we don't need to set up anything. Just simply you can type SnowSQL. So it's automatically take you to the connection name, username, login name, database name, and password. All those things it will take it automatically. It will connect to the test DB in the public schema. See now, whenever you connected to the SnowSQL, automatically it's connected to the test DB and public schema. Whatever details you provided into the connect config details, it is taking directly to there. Just I'm changing my database, Cloud Hill DB I'm using. And now start using SnowSQL. Now see it is going to connect to the our Cloud Hill DB. Now you can see this connected to the Cloud Hill DB and public schema. So this is how we can configure one time. We are not using it. Just simply SnowSQL. As per the project needs, you can set up your connection. So automatically you can use whenever you type the command, it will go and connect to that particular database, and we can start using your tables and whatever information you are trying to access. Okay, this is the another step to configure your settings in the config file to avoid passing all the credentials every time. Now we are good to connect with the SnowSQL config details. So here, if you want to quickly refer your documentation available in the Snowflake, so you can quickly refer that. So this is the page where you can the whatever's what we are trying to achieve to the SnowSQL. So all the installation, config, everything is available here. All the different steps. So how we can install SnowSQL? It's we are using Windows, so there are this is related to Linux, and this is related to Windows. So it's all the information bundled together where whatever we are installing. So we don't need to worry about all these different details, whatever different steps they provided here. It's all come up with our installation. Okay. So now this is the easy way to do that. So configure, now we are trying to configure your config file. So what are all the different settings we can configure? So all that information it is available in the documentation. So at this moment, this many steps is not required for us. So just we know how to configure for our account and how to access all these things. So if you want to access directly to the config file, so we can use from the Windows path. So like this also, it will directly take you to the SnowSQL path. Now we are good to go with the SnowSQL. So that just keep it available our SnowSQL whenever it is required. We'll try to use it back. We'll go back to the web browser. So here, web browser, we are good to whatever information we are trying to create databases schemas, that is information accessing through the SnowSQL.